Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Today we're on Tournament Desert, another 1v1, a very popular map, 1v1, and we've got Oink versus HH Calevra. HH Calevra, aka Rising, an old expert player in the south with the red nuke, China nuke. In the north we've got Oink, who is also known as Logica. He is in the north with GLA Vanilla in the orange. So yeah, Tournament Desert, Nuke versus GLA. I think GLA has a massive advantage. Also, the worker starts facing down, so you can start building the fake barracks quicker. You can get your tunnel up quicker. You can get these terrorists out quicker. So I'm not really expecting this truck rush from Calevra to do much. I also did recently watch Calevra versus who did he play? Was it Boyka, when he got absolutely annihilated by Boyka. Logica is a much better player than Boyka, I would say. I think it's fair to say that. So I'm expecting probably Logica to win this. I don't think Logica's spotted this truck, though, or if he has, he's not been able to stop it. His worker's going to go down there. Another worker going to go down as well. And the third worker gone down. Logica on the right side has also got a tunnel up, but that's a pretty big loss for him, because straight away he's now only on one supply. Really unfortunate for him, because he does need to finish off that tunnel, and the crush comes in again. So really well played by Rising so far. He is completely playing on point at the moment, stopping all of them workers is really good. As I said, actually there's a terrorist there, so Rising actually also only on one supply. So both players on one supply, which is a little bit unusual. To both be in that situation right now. We've got mines now out on Rising's second supply. Truck is going to go back to collect. It's going to go down there, I would say. That truck's now moving out, and we've got a flamer and a battle master stopping this tunnel. If this tunnel goes down, it becomes really difficult for GLA. So Logica needs to act now and save this tunnel. It is extremely low, but he has done a good job at holding on so far. This truck is finally going to get cleared out. So Logica had a bit of a hard decision. Did he want to kind of stop that with his first tech, or did he want to kind of go to the center and cause some damage of his own? So it's swings and roundabouts. One truck did go down there as well, but Rising's now on two supplies. Logica's about to stabilize and get on two supplies of his own, but it's not very good for GLA to be on one supply for that long. So Logica's at a bit of a slow start. Battle Masters mostly being stopped by Logica. But this one here on the right side is going to get in the supply line. This tunnel's nowhere near in place, but the tunnel's not going to do much to stop it anyway. But all of them workers are going to get ruined. But the tech RPG here, actually I was going to say, is not so successful. But Rising needs to now place a scaffold over that, because if he allows that to get a super tech, which he has, massive mistake. He has a dozer, so I don't know why he's not denying that, because this becomes so difficult to deal with now. As I say that, Logica walks straight onto mines, so bit of a mistake there from Logica. He should just park the technical there rather than risking going on the mines. So yeah, that was a game-ending unit, to be honest. If he hadn't lost that, he probably would have won the game just based on that. Just with that single unit, I mean. That Battle Master will go down, but it's going to kill a load of workers, probably. Oh, the workers are pretty low, so they're going to collect slowly, but at least they're still alive, I guess. Rising is still fighting for the center, but he's now fully on two supplies, both mined. But Logica's under quite a bit of pressure in the center, so Logica can't really push down this right hand side unless he expects to lose the middle, and he doesn't want to lose the middle. You want to try and retain control here, especially out of this bunker. At least one of the bunkers and some scorpions there are nice to deal with the flamer when the flamer comes, unless too many come. But Rising now, quite rightly, switching into an airfield. This is going to be bunker helix, no doubt. Logica's got some nice map control. You can see he's inside of there. He's got control here. He's going to put an RPG inside of there, I would imagine. There are a few scorpions now out. Toxin tractor in the center, switching into quads. Only two workers there, so that might come back to bite him a little bit later on. No reaction there from Rising's Battlemaster, just instantly goes down. No reaction from the Dozer either. Ryzen looking a little bit slow recently. No horde bonus on those tank hunters. He put 4 in and then a 1 rather than 5 all at one go. Ryzen is doing a pretty good job at keeping the pressure in the middle. That Battlemaster is going to go down though, but Toxin Tractor has gone down as well, which is annoying for Logica. Because Logica ideally wants to be clearing out these bunkers. Actually, so far he has done, but yeah, actually it remains open. But the Helix is going to come in now. And Logica has switched into quads, but is 2 enough to deal with that Helix? There is a 3rd one there. So actually going back at that point probably was the right decision, because the Helix might have been able to win them 2 quads, win against the 2 quads. But the 3rd one definitely would have killed it. Helix does go down, flies straight over the bunker. And the Battlemasters are trying to take out the quads, but they are getting hung up on this Scorpion and actually taking out no quads so far. Tunnel going down there, closer to the garrisonable building that Logica kind of wants to take control of. That tunnel is going to get denied. More RPGs or tank hunters are now out for Ryzen. And he's taking it, he's holding the middle really, really well. The only big mistake really from him so far was the losing that Helix, flying it over that bunker. But I mean, when you're flying it away from the quads, the last thing on your mind is what you're flying into. You're trying to get away from the quads mainly. Quads again pushing down the right hand side. It was Scorpions before, now quads. So they're going to take out this this supply. The Dozer is there to repair it straight away, but one of these being vetted, it's going to cause a little bit of extra damage. So that's going to be harder to keep alive for very long. There are mines there though, and if Logica remembers, I'm sure he will, because there's so many explosions around there, then the quads can't push forward. Another Battlemaster getting picked off there. Ryzen has switched into a propaganda center. And Lotus is quite rightly going to get the oil. It would be nice if he goes over there and gets a 2nd oil as well. That will be put him in a really nice position. These 2 trucks here needs to be switched and put over there as soon as they've dropped off some stuff. Ryzen is now in a really good position. He's on 3 supplies, oil, Helix, propaganda center is up as well. But yeah, these trucks need to instantly go over here. There's already this perfect supply placement there, so it's not going to do anything at all. Toxin Tractor once again coming in. Truck is going to face the wrath of the Tox. RPG's going inside the bunker, and that Dozer is going to go down at least. Weirdly, they're firing at the truck first. I think usually when your unit's really close like that, only some of the units can fire, but these this push from Logica is looking pretty good. He's got no oil behind this though, so he's still only on... He's building a 2nd arms dealer rather than going to Palace. That's a key decision that might come back to him later, because he'll want to be sniping off these overlords. Bunker there taking out an ECM because the ECM locked onto the Toxin Tractor. Bunker's now taking out the supply. Where's the Lotus gone? Ryzen in the meantime is clearing out this right side. Helix is there to support the Flamer and the Battlemasters. Logica getting pushed back. The units here taking out a Flamer. Now Logica's going to go and try and kill the oil. Loads of RPGs there having to run for their lives. That Flamer is going to no doubt kill them all, but the units come back for Logica, and Ryzen a little bit hesitant there about what to do. He could have maybe started the flame wall a couple of seconds early there and maybe have got some kills, or at least a bit of damage on these units. But he hung around a little bit too much. Sometimes if there's a tiny bit of lag when they're playing, sometimes the flame wall is a little bit slow to start off. But Logica's going to get his tunnel denied here on the right side, and Ryzen is going to get that oil. 2nd arms dealer is now up for Logica, almost losing his Lotus there. I think that was a bit of a mistake there from Ryzen. He should have sent his Lotus back here and started capturing, and then I'm pretty sure he would have been able to get it. Overlord really, really close to death there. That flame is probably going to get picked off. I feel this is very evenly matched so far. Both players doing relatively well. But these overlords are really difficult for Logica to deal with, especially with the Helix combination as well. So Logica has to be very careful when he engages them with which units. Don't want to put the quads first at any point. Logica is going to be mined out over here very soon, just from my experience. But Ryzen is going to be mined out over there too. But he does have his Lotus, and that Lotus maybe could get around there and capture that oil. Logica not yet capturing his oil. Looks like he's queued up an RPG from his... Yeah, that's a mistake. He's pressed G rather than B for Rebel, I think. Helix is going to deny another tunnel. The worker is going to escape to rebuild the tunnel another time. But this push on the right hand side. Rising can't see it because the Lotus is right there. Nuke cannon is now out. Interesting. It's also going to be hard for Logica to deal with because no palace. Still no palace. And no oil capture from Logica coming in as well. And he's queued up an RPG and kind of forgot to replace that with a Rebel. He's kind of probably paying attention to the middle. Also to the right, that supply is going to go down. One of these units is going to vet up. Vet 2 quad. Kills his buildings a lot quicker. Massive engagement in the middle though. Overlords, Helix, ECMs, GATs pushing forward, and Logica's lost complete control of the middle now. They'll still have good vision, but in the meantime though, Logica's units from range are killing the war factory and the supply going down here. So this is going to be a bit of a possibly base trade situation. I think I probably prefer... Oh, I don't know which... I think I prefer Logica's position because that's Ryzen's last dozer. Oh, there's a command center, of course. So actually, no, these overlords are going to be able to handle this. And then Logica's... Oh, no, this is a huge mistake. Losing the Helix at that point. That was a massive unit you don't really want to be losing. That Overlord, is it going to escape? See what I mean about the extra damage from a Vet 2 unit? That probably was what killed that. It was firing so quick while it was moving. So this Overlord now is going to be left to deal with this. Carpet Bomb comes in and the Arms Dealer and Supply taking heavy damage. Artillery now coming in, and I imagine he's going to place it right there. That's weird. Usually you would place the carpet and then the artillery straight after, but Ryzen's kind of waited to see what's happened. I would have bet big money if you just fired it in the middle, both are going to die. Artillery comes in and does finish off both. I suppose the benefit of that is it has delayed Logica a little bit more because his supply was in the hull mode. But then the artillery comes in a little bit later and then destroys it. Only then can Logica rebuild it. So either Ryzen was meant to do that and was delaying Logica that much on purpose, or maybe he wasn't. Maybe it's just waits to see what dies. But that's a good way of keeping Logica off that supply. You could have even waited until the supply had started rebuilding and then fired the artillery. Could have waited maybe 10-20 more seconds. Delayed Logica even a bit more. Logica in this left side built a supply, but it's a bit ambitious. There's an Overlord right there. It's going to go down. War Factory going to go down for Ryzen in the center. This is a very back and forth game, action packed. There's been no boring parts in this game so far. Battlemaster there going to go down. Mines have been dropped off, and there is a Nuke cannon still here. Probably going to try and engage this garrison. But Ryzen is on very few units now. He's got 2 Overlords. Looks like he's making another Helix. Think his Lotus died. Not sure what to, but it definitely looks like it died. And Logica is still on 1 Arms Dealer. 1 supply for him. His oil is still not captured. That's a massive mistake of being so late. 14 minutes is pretty bad. Nuke cannon picked off 2 Scorps there. Very important. Only looks like 2 units, but when there's so very few units on the map, it actually makes a massive difference. I'd like to see Ryzen maybe... I was going to say try and go for the center. Whoa. 2 Scorps dead there. And that's firing like crazy. The reason is because the Overlord is going in and out of range. The Nuke cannon tends to fire loads there, so that actually made a difference. So a big difference there because those 2 units, or one of them at least, would have survived. Now it's the Vet 2. It's going to fire even quicker. I think it does more damage. That's a bit more HP and stuff. Logica's oil finally being captured, almost a 16-minute mark. I think it's because he queued up an RPG before when he was meant to queue up a rebel. Just a misclick or mistake. Wow, nice carpet. And that Helix is now going to come in and just clear up all of that nice and easy. Really, really nice carpet. Picked off the couple of quads that he wanted to. And now the rest of the unit's just going to get picked off. Now he can heal. Just 3 kills. Ryzen has a load of trucks. So, and he has 3k. So, is Ryzen going to save that? I would like to see Ryzen go for the center now he's got that much cash. Ryzen's going to lose a nuke cannon here. Not paying attention. He's paying attention over here. Those are the 2 units that might win in the game. Tech Terror coming in, and Ryzen's going to have to move out of the way very, very fast. No force fire on the ground from Logica. So the Overlord is going to survive, and it's going to go over here and re-heal. I'm not sure if he's got the propaganda upgrade. I don't think he has. The subliminal messaging. Because that plus sign there would be a little bit bigger. But this Helix and those 2 Overlords are really... I'm struggling to see a way that Logica can win. He does have his oil. He's only on 1 supply, though. I think he's only going to be able to win with a Tech Terror, maybe? Or if he goes to the base trade while Ryzen is busy. Oh, or that. No. Whoa. That was the closest death of 2 Overlords I've ever seen. Because if that one died, that would have exploded and probably killed that one as well. So that's kept Ryzen in the game. A little bit of luck there. If Logica had 1 more RPG in there, or if they'd hung around for maybe half a second longer, they would have both been dead, I'm pretty sure. So, massive game-changing moment and a bit of luck going in Ryzen's way. Tech Terror, though, I think that's one of the only ways that Logica is going to be able to kill these, unless Ryzen does a little another mishap and walks into some bunkers. Real shame for Ryzen, he doesn't have a ECM, and he, instead of investing in a supply in the center, he has invested into another Helix. So he has 2 Helixes now. I think that, I'm not sure if that one's a bunker Helix or if that one's going to be a speaker tower. I'm not sure quite what's going on with that bunker. What the hell is going on with that bunker? It was on 0 HP but still firing out, and the RPG shouldn't even be inside the bunker at that point anyway. Needs to be careful with that Helix. This truck's coming in. Sorry, the technical's coming in, rather. One Overlord is very, very close. These force fires from Logica are non-existent. Very, very poor. Of course, if there's a bit of lag, you can't do it very, very well. But Ryzen's Overlord surviving once more. Helix is finally picked off there. Ryzen's been a bit careless with his, well, actually all of his units so far. Almost losing a few key units throughout this, but his Helixes especially. I'm sure that's like the 3rd Helix that he's lost throughout this game. When perhaps a little bit better micro, maybe he didn't need to. Logica switched into a palace yet? Nope. Logica has switched to a 2nd supply though. It's really, really far away. The workers would still have to walk around the long way. Another Helix going down. Don't know if Ryzen had spotted that one, but these the quads are all running to their death, and 3 quads going down. Carpet coming in as well. There's loads of RPGs inside of there though, so that's going to keep Logica in this area. Ryzen does need to be careful how he uses these Overlords. Hesitation is not going to win in the engagement. He either needs to go in and try and kill that straight away, or he needs to just avoid it altogether. Oh, is that a Tech Terror has gone down there? Tech Terror has gone down to the mines, well-placed mines, and Logica didn't beacon them earlier, so he didn't know where they were. Cash hack has come in, and Ryzen now has 2 point something K. Needs to be careful of this barracks though, because the terrorists are coming out of there. This is careless from Ryzen, because another terrorist is going to come out and cause even more damage. This is bad. This is bad. In the meantime though, we've got an EMP as the EMP'd a load of quads in Ryzen's base. Another terrorist though, and it looks like the base is actually going to get cleared up. Battlemaster is out. Technical is killing a dozer. I think the Tentacle is going to try and stop the Battlemaster from killing the quads, but Battlemaster's having a pretty good success so far. 3 quads down. So that one now... he doesn't have a Helix anymore. Power's about to go down. This is a nice base raid situation. One Overlord is coming back to defend this. Logica does have the mobility though, building a barracks in the enemy's base. Truck has got some crushers off there, but this is a super tech now. Just can't engage this Overlord. But it can just keep running around and just picking off buildings though. Overlord there just needs to be put on guard mode. Logica's only on that last building there as well as that though. Super tech is running around along with another tech. I don't know if he's looking for a dozer or not. But Ryzen has successfully defended his base for the time being. But this Overlord here is now a Vet 2, so it's going to heal even without the tower. But this Overlord is actually going to go down. I didn't realize there's so many RPGs inside of there, so Logica holding on for the time being. But there is another Overlord now. This is also a Vet 2, but there's a Battlemaster as well. And a number of the RPGs went down there as well, so I'm not sure that Ryzen can engage here. He does still need to be careful of that bunker. More RPGs going down, and I'm pretty sure there's not enough, if any, RPGs left now to deal with this Overlord. There's a terrorist. But I'm pretty sure Logica, unless he has some really good luck with these terrorists, is not going to be able to engage that. Meanwhile, Ryzen does have the better support powers. So, I don't know, with a mine drop, carpet, this is just have a fast mobility though, so Ryzen very smartly going over the mines, and Logica not realizing, despite there being loads of bombshells in the ground, carpet coming in once again and killing everything. And Logica just quits. Massive mistake there with that super technical chasing after the truck. Didn't need to do that. Could have just really base traded and picked off the units with that super tech. But yeah, there's a few things there from Logica where I felt that he could have had a bit of success. For example, the not force firing the ground with the terrorists often enough, if at all. I think I only saw 2, probably out of about 8 or 10. And also that technical going over the mines. There was a technical earlier on as well that unluckily went over the mines, but obviously because Logica didn't beacon it earlier, he didn't realise the mines were there. But I don't know, actually maybe it's alright for us, he's got the fog of war, maybe he didn't see the mines get dropped off. But well played by Ryzen. I'm actually surprised and surprised by the level of play in that, because I felt that when he played Boyka he didn't play half as good as that. I think he played a lot better then. Maybe it's a different day, maybe it was played earlier or later than the games that I watched, I don't know, but I thought Ryzen actually played pretty good there. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know Ryzen, he played, I don't know, what was it, maybe 10 years ago or 8 years ago, something like that, and he was one of the, supposedly one of the best players. It wasn't when I was around, I wasn't playing at the time, but I don't think so anyway, but everyone says that he was one of the better players, but now it is years and years down the line, and I probably would usually pick Logica to beat Ryzen nowadays, but in this case, Ryzen pulled it off and played very, very well. So yeah, it all came really from the very start with that truck that killed all of them workers in the beginning and delayed Logica. He only had 1 supply for a very long time, so ever since then, he didn't really get a full run up at the game. So yeah, GG, well played to Ryzen. Look how many units they destroyed, 124 units compared to just 58. Just shows the power of the nuke units. So you make like 1 big helix or 1 big overlord, and the amount of little units of GLA that can kill is vastly different to the other way around. So yeah, and maybe I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think Logica should have gone for a palace instead of that second arms dealer, or do you reckon he could have still won with the second arms dealer? He just needed to get the oil, because that was another big mistake actually from Logica. Didn't get the oil. He queued up an RPG to capture the oil, but unfortunately you do need a rebel to capture the oil. So yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think Logica could have done better. But GG. Remember to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're seeing, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you next time.
see it.